Hey, Shalom, Akim, Zvukam, Akapashim, James London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, V'chach, I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole products pushing his truth and all sincerity. Okay, back again with another video. You got this post here, right, from Twitter, right? You can read it, I ain't gonna say it, you can read it, right? But I'm just gonna title this video, He Will Take Everything. Right, and when I say he, I mean Esau. Beginning with the elites. They're gonna take it all from the people, man. All right, and you know, as well as this, there was something else that I read concerning the FBI. A special group, task force, or whatever, being created to deal with cryptocurrencies and stuff, man. So you people out there looking to make your way through cryptocurrency thinking that you're safe. Well, it can all go. It can all go. It can all be taken away. Right? Nothing's at the grass of Esau. Right? This is his world. Right? So you think you got something on the side going that you think you're somehow protected from Esau, that he can't get to you, you can't get to your stuff, you're mistaken. All right? So yeah, this devil he's not he wants everything. Right? And as the guy Klaus Schwab has said in the past, right? Right, I ain't gonna quote it either because she's acting bare funny. So if you know who I'm talking about, you know what quote I'm probably alluring to, right? But yeah, they're gonna take everything, man, eventually, or try to take everything, right, and leave people in a precarious situation, right? That's gonna leave you wholly and totally dependent on the system, okay, which is what they want. All right, this is all part of the NWO, right? The agenda, right? So you were told and you were warned. Some believe it, some don't want to believe it. But it's taking place. These things already started to happen. The president's has been set. So I just want to grab a few scriptures, showing you this in the scriptures, man. That this is how it's gonna be, man. Okay, and it's been done before, right? But this is what Esau is gonna go forward with. All right. So I'm gonna start here in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." Okay, there ain't nobody prouder than Esau on the planet, man. All right, and that's because he's in power. There's nobody prouder on the planet. Even these lowly Edomites are hella proud for no reason. Other than the fact that they're in rulership right now. This is their kingdom, right? But these men can't dance. They can't do shit, right? They can't do anything, man. They got nothing about them other than the fact that their race is on top. That is it. These men can't talk. They can't spell. They can't read. They can't do shit, man. I live around a lot of them. In these lesser lesser wealth parts, these poorer districts and counties and all that kind of stuff, right? Live among them, right? And they ain't on shit, but they're still hella proud, man. They still look down upon Jake, even though they're doing worse than Jake. Some of them, some of them are down and out bums, dossers, right? Proper, right? But they still have the audacity to look down upon Jake as if they're better, just because Esau is in rulership, right? So there's no one prouder than Esau on the planet, okay? Esau pots all kinds of shit, right? This is further on. It says, "Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death." Right? This man wants everybody's lands. He wants everybody's resources. He don't want you to have anything. Esau is the devil, right? Esau is the adversary, Satan, right? And he don't want no one to be happy, right? He don't want you to have anything. He wants what you got. Because ultimately he's trying to obtain a blessing that was not given to him. Okay, that was given to the children of Israel. All right, but the way he's going on about it, man, is wicked. You know, and like I said, he's nothing but a thief. Okay, he don't stay at home. He don't stay in the inheritance that was given to him. Okay, the land of Edom. Okay, Mount Seir, Idumea. He doesn't stay there. You be hard pressed to find him there, unless he on a vacation trying to do some you know wanting to go sightseeing there. Go see the Petra. Go see Petra, right? You won't see him there otherwise. All right, he everywhere else in the world screwing with everybody, man. Undermining nations and stealing their land, stealing their resources, putting them into debt slavery. If he ain't putting you in real slavery, like he did to, the Negroes, right? Because he put us in chains, man, right? He stole us. he don't even want you to have yourself, right? He gonna own you and your labor, right? And it's kind of the same now. It's just without the chains. He owns our labor, right? He pays us pittance, has his own breadline, and causes us to live hard lives, right? So this man ain't happy when you're succeeding, when you're gaining. Okay, if you're gaining, he's looking for ways to take it back from you, right? And just look at these so-called celebrities, these superstars like Michael Jackson and stuff like that. These men have made a fortune in their living, man. But guess what? They end up going out broke. And Esau owns all the rights and all the possession, the record. He owns all of it, right? Because he owned your labor. And like I said, it's the same. But he ain't happy for you to have anything, man. He'll give you and then take back, like he the Most High. He give and taketh away, right? That's because he's a control freak. He believes he's God. All right, so he wants to control and own all things, including the children of the Heavenly Father, the children of Israel. Right? So like it says here, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. He's hella covetous. Right? And is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. Okay, he's not satisfied with what he's got. And Esau's got a lot. Esau's already got a lot, but he's not satisfied with what he's got. He ain't gonna be satisfied even then. Even if he got everything from everybody, he still wouldn't be satisfied. He's a hollow shell, man. He's a hollow being. Right? He can't be filled. And this is why, he's just set on wickedness and destruction, man. So then cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. Like I said, he trying to make opportunity out of everybody, man. He brings all people unto him, have them working for him, So he got all these tentacles and all the pies, scamming, man. Taking their worth. Okay. So yeah, he, like I said, he gonna end up taking everything from everybody, man. He don't want you to own property. He don't want you to have money in your pocket, per se, that you can do whatever the hell you want to do with, man. He want to know what you're spending your money on. He want to know exactly how much is in your bank account, right? He want to know exactly what you're spending it on. He wants to control how much you get, right? Based on, scoring systems and stuff like that. He wants to decide all this stuff, man. He don't want you to be sovereign and independent. No, he wants you completely dependent on him and his system, right? Now, there's an example of this, which is gonna play out similarly, right, to this, right? Back in Egypt, right, when there was great famine in the land, right? Now, famine is gonna come to this place also, to this kingdom, to this system, right? All around the globe, this is gonna affect everyone, right? So this is gonna kind of take place, and Esau's gonna come with a solution, right, to kind of solve or curb the affliction caused by the scenario that's about to play out, right? But I'm gonna read this from Genesis chapter 47, All right, from verse 15 it says, when money failed in the land of Egypt, right? Because like I said, Esau don't want you to have no actual physical money in your pocket anymore. He's gonna switch it up. He's gonna make it digital. He's gonna create them, or he already created them CBDCs, whatever the acronym was, right? Programmable money, right? So you know he can hand out money and it can be programmed for specific things, for a specific time, for for a specific purpose, right? And it can't be used on nothing else. So it's controlled money, super controlled money, right? Which he issues, man. You're not gonna be able to just you know go work and get paid for your work or whatever. You're gonna be given this, and this is what you're gonna live on. It don't matter how much overtime you want to try and put in or whatever. You're gonna get paid this amount in this type of currency for that type of purpose, and that's it. You know, if you ain't got no money for leisure, go buy a pint in the pub, then you ain't got that. You know, you've already got credits or whatever to pay for the heating or whatever, man. You know. But anyway, it says and when money fell in the land of Egypt, so your money's gonna fail here too. Your pounds, your euros, your dollars, right? That's all gonna fail, man. Once this whole system crashes, that's all gonna go out the window. It's not gonna have any buying power. Your buying power at the moment is being diminished, right? And it's gonna hit zero at some point, man. And they're gonna scrap that. Okay, they ain't gonna start printing out $1,000 bills and $10,000 bills and $1,000,000 bills like some other countries. They ain't gonna do that, right? They're just gonna scrap it. They're gonna move to the this digital stuff, and that's what you're gonna use, man. But you're gonna be allocated what you're getting, right? Anyway, it says and when money fell in the land of Egypt, in the land of Canaan, and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. Right? So I say people are going to find it hard to get stuff in that day. For a couple of reasons, right? You either ain't got the money to buy it, or you can't afford to buy it. You might have money, but you don't have enough money to afford it, or the fact that it's even just hard to get hold of, man. Because like I said, there's going to be a famine. Like your stores are already your shelves are already kind of emptying, right? And that's all you're going to get worse. So there's going to be reasons why you're not going to be able to obtain certain things for one reason or another. But Esau, these governments are going to step in and sell you a bunch of promises that if you do this and do that, then you can receive food or whatever, you know. Verse 16, and Joseph said, give your cattle and I will give you for your cattle if money fail. Now we're at a problem here because we don't actually have anything. I mean, some of you out there might own a house, so guess what? Yeah, your house is gonna get forfeited, man. Because you're gonna need you're gonna need some liquid you're gonna need some liquid assets to buy things, man. So you might not have a job no more, you might not have the money no more. So guess what? You're gonna have to sell the house, or even worse, you fall behind on your payments and it gets repossessed and you're left with nothing. So they're gonna take. Well, we're gonna get to that point in a minute, but like, I'm just talking about for substance. People don't actually own many things. Maybe your car, maybe the equivalent of a cattle for the moment could be your car. Everyone owns a car. Might have to sell your car. Whatever. So whatever you got, essentially. All right, but we don't have things like cattle these days, right? But they were prepared to sell what they had to get the bread, right? When they didn't have the money, okay. And they brought Joseph their cattle. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and for the flocks and for the cattle of the herds and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle that year. And when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my lord, how that our money is spent. Right, we're broke ass right now. Right. So my lord also have our herds of cattle, right? So they can't even make money, because obviously these are assets to them. They would make them money. They'll sell their produce. They'll, well, and there was a famine in it, but but these were things that would make them money generally, and so they already sold those things off. So like, where were they getting money from? There was no money to be had, right? So it says, there is not aught left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our lands, right? So where my house sits, my house and where my house sits, that is all I got, and myself. That is all that is left. All right. So like I said, BlackRock's doing their thing, man. BlackRock buying all the properties up. People defaulting on their mortgages and stuff. BlackRock buying all of it up. All right. So the market is really, is realistically really small, and people can't afford to buy in. Because Egypt is buying it all up. And it's BlackRock in these corporations, such as America and stuff like that, right? They're buying all these things up. All right. So effectively, you're being left with nothing, man, or in all of yourselves right now. Now this now moves on, right, to today and the prophecies that concern Revelations 13, right? The mark of the beast. Let's see, Revelation 13. That's not what I meant. Yeah, 13 and 16, right? And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so you're going to give yourself over because he's going to want everything. He's going to want you. Right, so, oops, where am I going? All right, so he said, says, there is not aught left in thy sight of my Lord but our bodies. Now, like I said, he's going to want control over you. Physically, actually wants control over you, man. Right now, yeah, he can tell you that, oh yeah, you got to go to work, you got to pay this, you got to do this and do that. But he once you receive that mark, he gonna have almost full bodily autonomy over you, man. Like, he gonna know the most intimate of things about you, man. And it's all gonna be measured in metrics and things that, numbers that can be used to serve his NWO. All right. So where you can go, where you can't go, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can buy, can't buy, whatever it is, man. All you gotta do is look at China and how they be running things, with that whole social credit score system. That's something of like a teaser to how things can be like. Once you're hooked up to the grid, okay, with this with this mark, right? So yeah, that's where it's gonna get to, right? It says, wherefore, verse 19 says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, right? So people are going to give themselves up just so they could eat. Okay, like I said, this famine is gonna come, and it's gonna push people to the brink. Okay, those without faith it's gonna break them, right? And they're gonna succumb to Esau's motives, and they're gonna receive his mark, and they're gonna be enslaved. Right? That's what these people did. They gave themselves over. All right. So they wouldn't die. Right? It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live. Give your portions, give your rationings, right? That we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. So they're just going to try and save the lives. The majority of people are going to do this in this time also, right? And when the Lord, the elect, they're going to keep their faith and refuse to take Esau's mark, right? Believing in the Lord is going to sustain them, right? For the majority of people, they're not going to, they ain't going to go all that far with it, man. They're going to be concerned about their stomachs, the family's stomachs, and surviving. So they're gonna say, yeah, this is the only way, because that's what they believe in. They believe in the system. All right. So then Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. So the land became Pharaoh's, right? So this whole situation is going to prevail over many people. Okay, this time of trouble. Okay, Daniel 12:1. Time of trouble such as never been, right? It's going to prevail over most people. All right? And the hour of temptation. All right, so that's what it's going to be, man. Like I said, given what's going on in Canada and in other places, right? You can see them setting themselves up to be able to do this, at any time, anywhere when it's time, right? If they're already kind of testing it out now, right? But I'm gonna end it with this. Book. This is from Sirach chapter 13, verse 18, right? It says, "What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? What peace between the rich and the poor?" Right? The elites are like filthy mega rich, all right, and yet they're still not happy, right? Like I said, they're not gonna be happy until they suck you dry, man, for everything that you got, until they own everything. All right. So there's no peace between these men and the poor, right? Verse 19, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. And that's why you see, that wealth divide get greater and greater, even in times of recession, even in times of, uh, great viruses and stuff like that. These men are still making more and more money, and yet the poor are becoming more and more poorer with less and less substance. Depending on handouts and benefits and stuff like that. They're getting pushed further into poverty. All right. This is verse 20. As the proud hate humility, right? Like I said, Esau's hella proud, man. They're not a humble bone in his body, even though you may act and come across that way. But really, he's hella proud, man. And this is why the Lord is going to humble him in a way unknown to man. All right. He's going to get brought down to the ground. All right. It says, as the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. Okay. They want to keep away from the poor. And that's why, even on a lower level, these Edomites that live in maybe affluent areas, man, they want to stay far away from Jake. They want to stay far away from poor people, because all that stuff is associated with badness. They don't want to be around poverty, where crime is up, and other elements like education, so-called education, and all this kind of stuff, come into play. They don't want to be around that, and it's the same with the elites. These elites, they abhor even those types of Edomites that are considered to be kind of affluent, because they're not on their level, man. They're just peons waiting to get their house robbed by them, stolen and repossessed. They live in completely different world, man. Kind of like Elysium, that movie, right? They're on a space station somewhere. You're on Earth digging through the trash, but they're up in there in the decadent surroundings and stuff, man. They don't want nothing to do with you, man. They want to ignore you. They want to pretend you don't exist, right? And like I said, that's why, check the Georgia Guidestones, man. They want to do away with the majority of people on the planet. They don't want you around. They don't want to have to see you, but they want to take everything from you first. But with that, I hope this is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till then, I say shalom.